I can. It was in 2003. I joined Green Mountain Coffee Roasters as the Director of Continuous Learning and Organizational Development. And within 2 months of me being there, they were on a path to have their second Appreciative Inquiry Summit, and I became part of that steering team. And so within 6 months, I got to be part of a 120-person summit whose focus was, as Bob Stiller invited the room to imagine, how could we become a billion-dollar company so we could do more good in the world? And so we had employees from all over the organization. And for me, it was great because it gave me a chance to meet employees from at all levels, all different departments. We had coffee farmers there, we had customers there, we had suppliers there, and David Cooperrider, my first chance to meet David, and Judy Rogers, and they led us through the process of discovery and dreaming, and the stories that came out from the one-on-one interviews, and to have vice presidents interviewing dock workers, and to have machine operators take the mic and tell their stories, and to share their enthusiasm for the future, and also to thank Bob Stiller for inviting them to be part of the conversation, because they were incredibly committed to the organization already, but that just took it up another level. And there was probably 350 employees at the time, and 12 years later there was 7,000 employees, and Appreciative Inquiry was really the fuel that created that growth trajectory. So for me, I think I've always operated from a positive, strength-based place. And so for me, it was like coming home to understanding the science and the method behind what I've been intuitively doing. And I think why I had been so successful in my careers, whether it was consulting or in another organization. And so in 2004, I got my certification at CASE. And what was amazing was it was, half the group out of the 25 people from the United States, but the other 25 people in the course were part of a United Nations leadership program. So I got to meet leaders from all around the globe that were learning these principles and this concept, and talking about how to have this be part of their own being, which I found just fascinating. How to have it be part of their families, their communities, their organizations, and their countries. And so it just gave me this sense of what was possible in this work and what it could be part of. And then so my journey became how did this become part of the DNA of an organization and of the people in that organization in their day-to-day practices. We did summits, but how does it become part of how we hire people, how we develop people, how we reorganize departments, how we open facilities, even how we close facilities. And so it just became this incredible social experiment to play in that space and to see people grow and flourish as individuals, but also as a company. I think because I'm a grandmother, I think that's part of it, and that I see this capacity and potential in my grandchildren, and in my children who are raising these children, and how do we build systems in schools and in families where we're celebrating strengths, we're celebrating success, we're studying that, we're building capacity, but we're also building reflection and balance. And so I think when I see the busyness in some families, or when I see them out to breakfast and the parents and the children are all on their phones, for me it's this it's like, how do we keep this connection with each other? How do we model balance for them so that they can become balanced human beings? And I get fearful that as we continue to study what's wrong and why are all these teenagers depressed, and we focus on that, we're not turning a tide on anything. We're actually creating a higher tide of that. And so I have this sense of urgency of creating possibilities for this next generation to really thrive. And I worry for them.
Thank you.
Welcome. I would say the other thing my passion point is this words create worlds, and I'm on a campaign for really looking at how do we change our language to create some new possibilities. And so that also gets me fired up and excited about choosing different words and creating different possibilities to begin to let go of some old paradigms that don't fit us anymore.